Good day to you all. Today I would like to look at the latest developments of Raffael's e-Invoice app that is being built on GitHub for ERPNext. What we see here on the screen is the link to the GitHub repository on a live, and we can see some features he's described which are in here. To quickly summarize what I'd like to do in this video is to see how the e-invoice is processed in the sales invoice, and also how it's done in the purchase invoice. So these would be two paths we're looking at. One is the purchase path and the other is the sales path. To do this, I've prepared an installation on Frappy Cloud. You can see we've created a bench group in the nightly because this is being developed on bleeding edge, and yet at the moment will not work on any version 14 or 15 branches. As you can see here, I have Frappy Framework in develop branch, ERPNext in develop branch, and the European e-invoice app from Raffael also in the develop branch. I've already set this up, and what I like to do when I install apps to a system is go to the doctype list and filter for the module just to see which doc types have been created with this app. This is a very quick way of doing this. Another way would be to check on the actual repo and go through the folders here and check here. Doc type, you'll get the same result. These four we can see here are also the four that we can see here, though this is, for my liking, a more user-friendly version. The system we see here might look all in all a little unfamiliar with this sidebar here and the filters and the tags being on the right side rather than the left side. This is due to the develop branch of Frappy and ERPNext. This is also an outlook on how version 16 will probably look like. So we will check in the purchase side of things. This would happen over the e-invoice import. I'll go here to the e-invoice import a list and create a new e-invoice import. We see here a doc type with 3 tabs and this attach button. So all in all, we want to upload the XML or PDF file provided by your supplier. The PDF file would be in Germany a so-called ZUGFeRD file, which is a PDF file containing the XML file. So to get such an e-invoice file, what I've Googled a little, and there's a page, invoiceportal.de, from which I can download a ZUGFeRD Beispiel. If I click on this, it will download this file. I'll open it here in the browser. And this is the normal PDF view, and it's highly likely that every supplier or customer will keep sending PDFs, and there might now be different ways of doing this. So either they'll send their email containing a PDF and a XML file, or they will use this ZUGFeRD format, which is a PDF containing the XML file. So if we go here, this might be unknown to many of us, that a PDF can actually hold an attachment. So if we check in this PDF, we can see it has an attachment. If I open this in my Firefox browser, I can download it for now. Replace this. And if I open this, we can see this is the XML file that we have downloaded, and see all the structured data that is shown on this PDF. So this file we will now want to upload into the e-invoice import. I can go attach file, select it from my device, pick this e-invoice, upload it, and now I have the file. So we can already see that it's created some data here, issue date, invoice date, and if I open this, we can see that there's a date, 24th of September 21, And if I go back again, we can see the 24th of September 21. So this is this issue, invoice ID, sorry, which is more or less the invoice number, which we can see here. So this is obviously not taken out of this PDF, as in processing the image, but rather taken out of this XML file that is attached within the PDF file. If we go back to the Doctype to better understand how this works, we can see the agreement tab. This, by the way, is following the structure, the way the XML is built as well. We can see here fields that have been read out of the PDF. And on the right-hand side here, we can see a field, custom field, where we can now select a supplier from within our system. So a supplier that is already created in our ERP system. This we can map. I'll pick any for the moment. There can be extra data, like a supplier address. There's none present at this point, so I'll just leave it as it is and save this for now. In the next tab, we can see items. So we can see that there are 2 items listed. If we go back to the PDF, we see there are 2 items listed: project management consulting, 2 hours, 5 hours, project management consulting, 2 hours, 5 hours. The UOM is present here. It's not taking the hours. I could change this here manually. And what also it wants me to do is add an item. In this case, I'll just add a service purchase item, which is a general item, which will be there for project management and also for consulting. Service purchase item. So the reasons when I would have 2 different items here is highly individual on your specific process and is subject to consulting. I will save this again. Let's check the last tab. Here, settlement. This is about taxes and payment terms. Also here, I can add a tax account. This would in Germany, let me check, Vorsteuer, 19%. We're working with the SKR04 in this case. So we can add this 1406 tax account representing the 19%. Save this and submit this. So that was all it is. This is reading a incoming invoice into our system. The next step would be to create a purchase invoice here. As of now, this does not work yet. So I'm going to save you with the error message that will come up and switch over into the sales invoice part. So we can open any sales invoice. There are already some created in my system. I will take an existing one, this one overdue, the 05 at the end. So basically, to better understand what we're doing here, if we create a sales invoice in ERPNext, and I'll show you how such a thing looks from a more technical sense. So let me duplicate this tab and look into the structured format. This I can find by going API, resource, and then typing out this with capitals and a space. And here we see the so-called JSON format of this file. So in this format, we see all the data that is present in this Doctype view. Was correct. In this Doctype view. So for example, we have the customer here, Grand Plastics Limited, and we will find it somewhere here. If I just quickly search for customer, we see here customer and customer name, Grand Plastics Limited. Also a company, my company, and demo. So all the other fields that are in here, items, dates, due dates, payment terms, taxes, everything we saw on the purchase invoice side, all this data is already created within our Doctype in ERPNext. And now what this app does, it will create a file that is the PDF containing the XML, so we get this ZUGFeRD format. To do this, we can go on the print symbol, and then we have this PDF button. This is standard in ERPNext. If I click on this PDF button, it will show the PDF view. This is generated every time we create this, and we can see here already, the tab is open. There is a facture-x XML in there, and we can see here our customer, Grant Plastics. We cannot see the company on this PDF view. This is a standard ERPNext PDF view. I have not done any changes to this. And if I open this facture-x XML, let me give this a number, save this, open this in the browser, and then we can have a look for the Grant Plastics Limited name here. And here we see my company and the demo. So from this we can see that, let me find this file once again. Here we go. So back to this PDF view, I'm going to click on here at the top left to go back to the Doctype view of this sales invoice, and we saw over the print we can get this file. Now for the moment I would then maybe want to attach this file, and where is it? It didn't download. I would want to download it first. This is the one that I opened earlier. So this is the file. This I would want to download. It will save it in the standard Doctype name, PDF. I will replace this, and in a manual process would attach this file. Once again, bring it up, upload it to the system, and it will turn up here in my attachments. So I can, for example, open an email, create a recipient, and choose this sales invoice to send to. This is a very manual process. No need to specifically follow this. There are other ways of doing this, but this is just for demo purposes. Another way, if we do want to just have the XML file, this is also possible. If we go to the menu on the top right, and then we can download E-Invoice. By a click of this button, it will just create this XML file with the name of the sales invoice. And here, if I open this, this will open just the XML file. In that case, there is no PDF contained. This still can be processed by your customers, for example, but if you want to keep your customers happy and be friendly with them, you will want to definitely send a PDF, and ideally send this ZUGFeRD format, in which the PDF and the XML are one piece. So this is so far the test with sales invoice, so we can see we can create this. What I tested just for validity reasons is now to see if I can import this sales invoice that I've basically just created. So I add another entry here, I attach a file, go to my device, select this PDF, which I've created in my own system. Maybe you can recognize here that it is actually one that I've created, and we will upload this. We don't get any errors at this point. We can see that the date, 11th of June 2024. Let me go back to the sales invoice, 11th of June 2024. And we have the customer, Grant Plastics, and the company, my company, and the sales invoice number 005 at the end. We see the 005 here. We see the agreements, my company, Grant Plastics. So this all works. This I could then map as well. And we see the items that there was 20 smartphones in this case, which you can also find here on this in the item table. This for me is so far validated. This is just a development version of this app created by Raffael, which you will find on GitHub. I will share all the URLs that you will need in the description of this video. Be so kind and like and share this video. Please subscribe to our channel and give Raffael and his repository on GitHub a follow and a star to support his work. And I'm looking forward to seeing you all in our next video.